Today's beer is beer number 2 in Track's birthday series. This is Wave, and it's a double dry hopped double IPA. But what's it going to be like? Keep on watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going back in the series from Track, their birthday series. This is the second of 3. We had the double dry hopped IPA, which was superb. This is their double dry hopped double IPA called Wave. And they've all got different hops in it. So this one, I'm going to put my glasses on because they all have like quite a lot of different hops in. We've got Citra Cryo, we've got Citra Spectrum, Citra T90. It's going to be a big Citra hit, this one, with Nelson Sauvin. And the interesting hop, Moutere. I have no idea. Spelled M-O-U-T-E-R-E. I think if you saw my last video, when I was reading out the 3 different beers, I thought that it was I thought it was going to be Muteca, but it is Moutere. So I have no idea what that is. But I'm really excited because the last beer was so good. And this is a double IPA. So I'm expecting this to be even better. So let's get it in a glass. We had a little bit of an explosion there. Not too bad, but... and see what it's all about. Let's see if it's going to be, reach the heights of the last one, which was really, really good. But I'm just thinking this is different hops. It is almost like a different beast altogether. And I mean, the aroma is amazing already. But beer in a glass, look at that. Beautiful looking. Golden, yellowy orange. We've got 2 fingers there of a pretty compacted head. That's quite good for it. A lot of double IPAs, they usually have no head, and in this glass, usually the head's not there at all. But that's a beautiful looking colour, and as I say, the aroma is just filling the room. Let's get unpacked what these aromas are. Well, there's lots of citrus fruits, real sharp, bright grapefruits. Pink grapefruits, lemons, lime. There's a little bit of the sort of Nelson Sauvin aroma trying to sort of escape, but I think it's a little bit going to be dialed back compared with the big 3 Citra types of hops. It does smell very Citra heavy in terms of its aroma, but let's see what it's like in its taste. Cheers, everyone. Wow, the flavour just sort of develops in the mouth. First things though, you are getting a bit of warmth from the beer. There's no hiding that this is a double IPA. We get a little bit of warmth. I mean, it's very hoppy as well. So I always find that the warmth from the alcohol, is that a sort of hop burn, because obviously these are pretty new. I haven't actually, I'll have to look and see if it's got the date on it when they were brewed. I mean, obviously these have been brewed for their birthday. It's got a date on the bottom. I don't want to I'll end up pouring it over my head. We'll unpack that later once we poured it all out. Flavour wise, it's a little bit of dankness there straight away. I'm getting mango, grapefruits, pink grapefruits again. You get that sort of real sharp grapefruit, and then that sort of develops a little bit. It's a little bit sweeter, like pink grapefruit. In terms of its body, it's pretty soft. However, it's quite light for a double IPA. I'd almost say it was lighter in body than the IPA that I had, which is unsurprising. Which is a surprise, I should say, not unsurprising. Because usually, obviously, with a double IPA, you're looking at a thicker, slightly heavier beer. I'm gonna put it down because that glass is quite heavy. I can look at the date now on this because I've emptied it. As he says, I wish they'd mark it on. Actually, it does 25th of October. So it's still a month. It's not that, even though it's only just come out, it's not that new. We're just at the back end of November now, so it's a month old. But it tastes very hoppy. Let's go back through those flavours. It's quite mango, stone fruit. There's a little bit of sort of apricot. There's a sort of weedy sort of dankness coming in. I'd admit, though, just suddenly reminded me that the Nelson Sauvin in it is quite, you know, unless I read it on there, it's not as distinctive as Nelson Sauvin usually is. It's a little bit sort of held back by the big citra flavours. So you get more of the mango, the grapefruit, passion fruit coming through, more of like lemons and zest of limes. There's a real sort of sharpness in there as well. It sort of gets to the point of being a little sharp, bitter sort of kick on the back end. But again, sometimes it's difficult to really sort of unpack that flavour. I mean, obviously it's a double dry hopped as well. There's a dryness on the back end. There's lots going on the back end. Sharpness of grapefruit. The dankness is still coming through. And as it develops, it's just the flavour just sort of stays in your mouth. You get that little bit of dankness, a little bit of sort of melon coming in. So there's a little bit of the Nelson Sauvin, but I'm not really picking up much grape or gooseberry that you get with Nelson Sauvin. Definitely going to be, I think it's packed with citra hops. It's not bad. I must admit, though, I think that the IPA was better, had a better body. The flavours were a little bit more balanced. This is a little bit too, I mean, it's almost like drinking a double citra IPA. It's that sort of flavour. I'm not sure what the muterri, what that actually brings. I don't know why I've made a French accent on the back of that word as well, because it could be just muterri. I mean, could it be like a muteca? So it's bringing similar sort, maybe it's a baby sort of version of that. I don't know, I'm guessing, but I don't know much about that hop, so let me know if you've ever had a beer with muterri in it before. But it probably is a New Zealand hop, and you get a little bit of those flavours, but for me it's very much a citra heavy IPA. So if you like citra hops, you'll love it. If you don't like citra hops, and I'm looking at you, Crummy Beard, fellow YouTuber who is the only guy that drinks craft beer that doesn't like citra hops, which is crazy in itself. You won't like this, mate, but it's very citra heavy, lots of big citra notes, and yeah, and a little bit of boozy there on the back end. So we've got one more to go. We've got the Gold Top Double IPA, and that's 8.4%, so I expect that to be even more boozy. Maybe that will taste less boozy with the introduction of lactose in that beer. This is not bad, but it's not quite up there with the IPA in my opinion. But let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Wave. This is a double dry hopped double IPA, 8%. And this is part of Track's anniversary. I say anniversary, I mean birthday. Birthday celebrations, which is 9 years old. Wow. I wonder what Track were like when they first started, but they are up there with some of the best breweries in the country. It's a good beer. Is it a great beer? Well, we've had some good double IPAs this year, and I don't think this is quite hitting those sort of marks. It's still pretty good though, but let's go through the scores. Starting with aroma. Appearance. Flavour. Value for money. Now this was £7 nearly. And lastly, my overall experience. Top the scores up. It's a Whitesnake beer. It's a beer because it's quite boozy. You've got to slip it in, slide it in even, slow and easy. It's a good beer, this. It is a good beer. But I think we were spoilt by the IPA, thinking that the IPA wouldn't be as good. It'd be the lower of the three. But the IPA was I think, a lot better than this. Still pretty good, still recommended. But let me know if you've had any of these beers. What do you think? Yeah, it's not bad, but it's definitely, it's dipped a little bit. I'll be interested to see. I think the gold label, the problem with the gold label, it would only there be to disappoint me because I've got such high expectations of it. I'm quite excited to drink that. So that'll be the next video on the channel. But let me know if you've had any of these birthday beers. And let me know if you've had any other birthday beers, because there seems to be a lot of breweries making birthday beers at the moment. It must be everyone started around about this time of the year, so that's why they're all celebrating a birthday, and why not? Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because obviously you should be watching out for that gold top. Something going to be a bit special. First on the channel, the gold top series of Track beers. And yeah, please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And until the next one, I'm going to take a breath. And until then, keep on rocking.